Welcome to A Better Way with Canopy Mortgage. I'm McKay Scholl, Chief Revenue Officer here at Canopy Mortgage, and I am your host. Today, we are privileged to have on the show joining us Travis Meihls from Box Home Loans. Excited to spend a little time with you today, Travis. But first of all, I wanted to share something about Travis that I think is pretty darn cool. So I've always long held this belief that no one really sets out to join the mortgage industry. My thoughts have always been this industry finds you, you don't find it. But Travis is the first individual that corrected me on my long held belief. So Trav, tell me.
Well, that's only because the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree in my family. I grew up in the industry, actually, and I'm excited to be here today and kind of share my experience so far in mortgages and what I've learned and what the future brings or holds for us. But growing up in the industry, born and raised in Chicago, my dad was an LO outside of college. And was an LO up until 2008. And I decided to exit the industry at that time, as did many. Many stuck it out as well. Going to college, I didn't necessarily think that I wanted to become an LO. It wasn't the path that I was choosing, but it ends up being the path that I'm leading right now. And I actually love every minute of it.
So okay, clarify something for me. When you were a little boy and they said, "Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?" Did you say, "I want to be a loan officer"?
No, I wanted to be a weatherman.
Okay.
I could be wrong and still have a job.
Sometimes that's the truth with mortgage interest rates. You can predict rates, be wrong, and still have a job, right, Trav?
That is very true. And we get asked that question every single day the last 18 months.
Yes, sir. Well, tell me a little bit about your personal life. What do you like to do for fun?
Yeah. What brought us out to Utah actually was the outdoors. We were big skiers. My mom worked ski patrol back in the Midwest. And when I say ski patrol, it was skiing on landfills with man-made snow. So we don't have the beautiful mountainous ranges that we do here in Utah. And it was kind of a lateral move. My mom being a nurse and my dad being in mortgages, the company he was working for at the time had a branch out here in Midvale, and he was able to transfer. And of course, my mom being a nurse could essentially, get a job anywhere, which was nice. They asked us three kids if we wanted to move out to Utah, and we said yeah. And so we kind of packed up, came out here, and the rest is history. Everyone in my family still resides here. My brother and sister went to college here, and I plan to be here long term.
Awesome. Well, a great addition to the state of Utah for sure. How were you introduced to Box Home Loans? And then on the piggyback of that question, what is your current position? What do you do for Box Home Loans?
Yeah, great question. So I was actually introduced to Box Home Loans. I worked at a company, a real estate company that was in the same building as Box. And once I kind of saw what was going on and that Box was expanding, I reached out to one of the guys that I had previously worked with over there, and kind of put me in touch with yourself over there at Box. And now I manage the consumer direct loan officer team over here, kind of oversee the day-to-day loan officer roles and production on our side.
Awesome. So take me through, Trav. What is a day in the life of a guy who runs a consumer direct shop? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, what I do primarily is work on new lead sources. Big push this year in terms of speed to contact, making sure the team is reaching out to the leads, and we have a really good portfolio of business here at Box. So staying in front of the portfolio clients, helping them out as best as we can. But other than that, I still am producing. I do my own loans. I do plenty of referrals as well. So day to day just consists of traditional loan officer work, and as well as helping answer any questions that the loan officers have in terms of their pipelines.
Okay, so I have to ask because I know you have originated. I want to hear what's your biggest month since being in Box Home Loans. Now, granted, I realize we're in 2023 and these numbers are substantially different in 2023. But take me through what's been like your best month ever in terms of units of closed loans.
Everyone has those memories, McKay, that you'll never forget. And 2020 was those years or that year and those memories for me. Um, in August of 2020, I was managing a pipeline of 414 loans at a given time. Um, and then my largest month in terms of fundings was 2 months later, October. I funded 142 units of that pipeline, and those are
Timeout.
those
In
are
1 month, 142 units.
142 units.
And I bet you had 140 ticked off clients.
There was probably 130.
No,
I
no,
had
no, no,
I
no.
had a fair amount. I pride myself on good customer service, and in this industry, there's only so much that's in our control as the LO, and there is so much that are completely out of our hands.
Yeah, I say that jokingly because I've seen client reviews. That being said, what kind of a customer service score does Box Home Loans typically get? What's it look like from a? I mean, if you're doing a volume like that in 2020, I think you said, um, how on earth are you able to manage that many clients and keep a happy customer? Like what's Box's rating? I don't know. I don't have it in front of me, but like on a Google score.
Yeah, so customer service is everything, especially in the consumer direct space, where we start off our transaction without a personal relationship with that client. It's a lot of telecommunications, and we have to build rapport and we have to gain trust for this client. Why come to you? Um, Currently, Box Home Loans has about 830 reviews, and we're sitting at about a 4.6 in terms of a 5-star review, which is pretty darn good when you're considering how many years that we've been around, as well as again 2020 with turn times where they were, volumes where they were. Loans just took longer.
Yep, absolutely. So, what are some of the things, Travis, from a customer service perspective? What would you highlight as something that Box Home Loans does really well?
Yeah, one thing that we do is in providing excellent customer service, it's a team effort. Um, I can do the best that I can on my end, but if it comes down to the loan officer assistant, the processor, everyone has to buy in, and everyone has to be providing a 10 out of 10 when it comes to their NPS score and just that level of service. One thing that I try and hammer home is utilizing the resources that we have here at Box Home Loans, using the tech. I mean, it's so easy for clients to go ahead and upload their documents directly to our portal. I myself, I'm able to take a 1003 in under 6 minutes now with the system.
Wow.
So when I'm having those conversations with clients over the phone, um, I'm not fumbling around asking questions. I can seamlessly fill out the information that's needed, and it really helps just drive home that customer service aspect, which I think in return shows in our Google reviews.
Absolutely. That's an incredible track record over many years. To have happy clients is at the end of the day what every loan officer wants, right? They want one client to become three because you take good care of them. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, when we take care of a client, they remember that and they refer their friends, their family, their neighbor. They'll be talking about it at church. Hey, call so and so at Box Home Loans. They just helped me get, an amazing rate on my refinance and save me money each month.
awesome. So switching gears just a little bit, Trav. And thanks for sharing that. I'm still mind blown. What was it? 142 loans you said in 1 month?
142.
Yeah, mind totally blown by that number. But switching gears, what would you say in today's market? We're in, what are we, November of 2023 right now. What would you say the biggest challenge is in being a loan officer?
Who big challenge right now is remaining positive. There's a lot of negativity going around in the industry. Um, Many businesses are choosing to downsize. Some are being purchased by others. Um, but remaining positive and giving each client and every phone call 100% just helps keep your mindset right and keeps you on track to hit your goals. Um, I mean, I should say there's a couple of other things in terms of obstacles that we have right now in the market, but what we're doing to overcome those obstacles or what's going to separate us from the competition coming into the next few years.
Absolutely. Well, I think you highlighted something that previously on the show that other good loan officers have highlighted, and it's simply like remaining positive when everywhere you look is negative. We're unfortunately in an industry that's probably felt the pinch more than any the last couple of years. Kind of our COVID years are suddenly hitting us now here in the mortgage industry. So remaining positive, that's just good advice. So thanks for that. So going forward, Trav, where do you see the mortgage industry headed overall, and what are you doing to prepare for where it's headed?
Yeah. Where it's headed, everyone hopes that we're in another refi boom, in the near future. Whether that's going to happen, it's up to chance. Leading indicators are definitely leaning in the direction of a decrease in rates, which will in return open up the opportunity for refinances as well as the purchase market, where right now, we're seeing a lot of borrowers who are not wanting to get rid of that 2.5 or that 2.99 interest rate for a 7.25. But I think that mindset changes if we see a 5 or a 6 in front of that because our families have grown. We need to get out of the townhome and get into a single family residence. So I think we're going to start to see a lot more homes come to market. So we're going to see the purchase market pick up, as well as refinance volume in the next 18 to 24 months.
Awesome. Thanks for that insight. So I'm going to end on one question before I praise you with thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today. But my one question is, what advice would you have for a loan officer that is down in the dumps right now, that feels like, man, I don't know where I'm going to get my next loan. I haven't closed a loan in a month or two. What advice would you have for someone who's, head is heavy and they feel that this industry's beat them down?
Yeah, I've heard this exact line before, and I always bring it up with the team is try and find a new loan every day, whether that be a prospect loan or a pre-qualification. It doesn't necessarily have to be a buyer that is totally under contract with a seller, but having constant communication with borrowers is going to keep your tools sharp and not only your mindset where it needs to be. Um, Volume will follow, uh, and that's the biggest thing in this industry that we've seen over the years. Is you're always going to have the refi LOs and the LOs that ride the wave, but the LOs that stick it out and don't have a problem sitting on the beach having those conversations with the people waiting, those are the people that thrive long term. And that's ultimately the main reason why I got in this industry. Is is I, I love the highs and I'm okay with the lows. And I truly enjoy helping people with their first time home purchase, their second time home purchase. um, a big part of my business is returning clients, and I appreciate that. And I just feel like if an LO right now is down in the dumps, and they're each morning they show up to the office and they're wondering, what am I going to do today? I don't have any emails, I don't have any phone calls. Reach out to past clients, have conversations. They might have children that are in the market to purchase, and they might be able to co-sign. There's so many different opportunities out there. We just have to be open and perceptive and be willing to chase those.
Love it. That's a great piece of advice. Always look to those clients that initially got you there, and continue to check in, do a review of their loan. There's a lot of different relevant ways you can get in front of those clients. So love that. Love the positive attitude, and just thank you so much for being willing to take time out of your schedule and spend a few minutes with me today. Travis is the man. We wish you the best as you continue to go out there and fight this market. And I know someone like you will always succeed. So thank you. Thanks for your time. For those who are listening, please subscribe, like, and again, thanks, Trav. Any departing words that you have for me today?
Just keep a positive attitude. The things will get better. And thanks for having me today.
Thanks, Trav.
Take care.
Thanks, listeners.